Hello, hello, hello. This is Sapphire with your oracle message for today, and today is 4/30 of 2020. I wanted to start doing these every day, but then I start to realize that some of these messages, when I look back at them, when I think back on them, like they really stick for days. And so sometimes you have to go back to the message and like a few days later and it starts to resonate. You really start to understand exactly where like it starts to hit a certain place, a different place than the first time you heard it. I've been talking about many of us getting pushed into this place of the edge of you being pushed, you not having a choice, you being pushed into making a decision. And a lot of times our life is, we're sitting there waiting on answers. We're waiting on somebody else to make an answer for our life or to make a decision for us. And what your life is doing is waiting on you. It's waiting on you. You're like, well, I need to know what this person thinks and I need to know how this person thinks. And you get to that point in your life where you feel stuck. And it's because you've literally put your life and your manifestations and your dreams and everything on hold because you are waiting on someone else. So your life starts to push you and push you and push you to make a decision. And I don't know about anybody else. Like, I really don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know if this message is speaking to somebody else, but I know with me, my life has started to push me to choose myself and to demand what it is that I want, what I want out of a relationship, what I want out of a happy life, what I want from my job, what I want for myself. What does my happiness looks like? So I don't know if that's where you are in this point in time, but that's where so many of us are. That's what I kept feeling. That's where so many people are. They're at a point to where I choose me. And as you're choosing yourself, it's like your life, your body, your soul, your spirit is starting to exhale. Like I feel like myself. Anyways. So the cards that I have pulled for today, which is funny, TikTok, which is the number 30 and isn't today, April 30th. Time to go, the number 45. Loyal heart, the number 35. A message in a bottle, number 15. Peace, number 23. Building blocks, number 28. So the message that I'm getting from these cards is that we are seeing that we have everything that we need in order to create the life it is that we want, need, and desire. Like I was telling my partner, like, it's like I know how to get to where I need to go. I don't know how I know, but I know the steps I need to take. I know exactly how to get to this vision of happiness that I see. And that's for many of us. We're starting to realize that we have the things that we need all this time, these things that we thought, we didn't have a blueprint for, these things and we didn't have a blueprint for them. But deep inside of us, we've been taking those steps towards that life. We've been taking those steps towards that happiness. And this message in a bottle, many of us are about to receive answers. And this is funny because we just received a college acceptance letter from my daughter, which is the answer I needed. So many of us are about to receive answers if we haven't already received answers. We're about to understand exactly why we are given the thing that we're given, why we are so drawn to go in this direction, why we are holding on to this vision or this dream or this idea that we see in our mind with so much fierceness. We're about to receive those answers. And it's just a matter of time. Time is ticking away. Time is ticking away. Time is ticking away. And that's 2 times. Tick tock and time to go. So you are making decisions. You're making decisions, even if your decisions are to choose yourself, even if your decisions are to choose your happiness, even if your decisions are to stand firmly in what you believe and not back down. You are deciding what has to leave your life and what you are no longer tolerating and what you don't want. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be full of joy. You know what your happiness looks like. And if you don't know what it looks like, you should write it down. Write down what would make you happy. Write down what will fill your heart with joy. Write those things down and manifest the fuck out of that shit. But time is ticking. It's a matter of time. If you haven't made a decision, it's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to go in the direction of your happiness. It's time for you to, it doesn't matter what that thing is. It doesn't matter what it is. And loyal heart. Be loyal to yourself. Loyal to your happiness. Loyal to what it is that brings the happiness out of you. Loyal to it. And for this time to go, I also feel like we should get in the space of realizing that these old ways, these things that we were holding on to, whether it's a mindset. For me, it was a mindset. It was a mindset that I would go back to simply because that part of me wasn't all the way healed and because it was the only thing that I knew. And so I had to make a decision. Will I stay in a situation that keeps my mind messed up, keeps me questioning the steps that I'm making, keep me questioning my happiness, keep me questioning my joy, or was I gonna leave it alone? I decided it was time to go. It's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to leave that behind because I'm not taking this old shit into this new life. I am loyal to my dreams, loyal to the thing that I'm following, loyal to my family, loyal to the thing that makes me happy, loyal to this new shit. Loyal to it. And in your loyalty, and your releasing everything, you're releasing of this thing that has to go. Releasing of it. Releasing this thing that has to go. Releasing this thing that no longer serves you. That's where your peace is. Choosing yourself is where your peace is. That's where your happiness is. That's where your laughter. Like for a long time, I was like, I miss my smile. I miss when I used to laugh with my mouth wide open, when I was laughing at my own jokes. I miss the part of me that wasn't scarred. I miss that part of me. In choosing myself is where my peace was. In standing up for myself, in saying that, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I am not going to bend on this situation or this subject. No, I am not going to retreat. I am going to stand in my power. I am going to say, this is who I am. I am going to take the punches that come with life and learn how to maneuver with them. I am going to stand up for myself. That's where my peace came. That's where my peace came. There are answers coming. There are answers coming if they're not already here, if you're not already seeing them, if you're not already seeing the signs. Because I can absolutely tell you that as soon as I started to make the decision and make the choice that I was going to stand in my own happiness, no matter what that looked like, no matter how anybody felt, the answers started to come immediately. That relief, that peace in my heart started to come immediately. Once I decided that I can't take this old shit into this new shit and that I would cut it right off, right where it started. Once I started, and for some of us that means we need to get some help. We need to talk to some people about our situation. We need to stop keeping ourselves and our issues bottled up and just going through life. Because what you're going to do is take that shit with you, which means you will cause yourself to repeat a cycle unnecessarily. There's nothing wrong with going to a therapist. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to your friends and talking to them, like the people that you know you can trust. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I don't understand how to do this, but you do. So can you help me with this? Do you mind talking to me about this? Some of us really need to talk to people so that we can heal, so that we can get some steps on learning how to release, so we can let this go, because it's time to go. It's time. Our life is waiting us. We have everything that we need to build it. We have absolutely everything we need to build the thing it is that we want, need, and desire. But we have to let that shit go. Like, it is time. Like, it is so time. It's time to let the shit go. It's time. It also feels like as soon as you do it, things are going to start breaking. As soon as you do it, your answers are going to start coming. As soon as you make a decision on leaving that alone, on walking away from what it was, on not looking at the problem and not self-sabotaging because you have no clue what this other life looks like, because I have no clue what this new life of mine is going to look like, but I refuse to sit in the situation that I've been handed. I refuse to just sit here because it's all I know. There's something calling you. There's something saying you have everything you need. It's time to go. Your new life is awaiting you. It's time to go. It's time to let this shit go. It's time for peace. This is a time for peace. This is a time for peace. And if you're not in a state of peace, then you should talk about it. You need to get to the root of that. Because life comes in cycles. You are not constantly in turmoil, constantly. You are not to be constantly in turmoil. Life is in cycles. You have cycles of happiness, cycles of joy, cycles of love. If you aren't experiencing the full range of life, you are holding yourself hostage. And it's time to get that shit out. Because those answers are coming. The answers are coming. And your dreams are loyal to you. Your passions, your goal, they're loyal to you. You should be loyal to them, loyal to yourself. Because how can you be loyal to anybody else if you're not loyal to yourself? Okay, so this is Sapphire. That was my oracle message for today. I hope it reached you well. And as always, you can follow me on IG as Only One Sapphire. And as of now, I'm on YouTube as Sapphire Speaks. Thank you.